Hi, here is Liprandi, and today we will show you a long-forgotten line of action figures by the name of King Arthur and the Knights of Justice, made by Mattel in 1992. But first, please help us remembering all those fabulous toys from the past. Subscribe to our channel, we are reviewing our huge collection of vintage toys. In 1992, Mattel was trying to come up with a new, successful brand, so a new line of action figures with the corresponding animated TV show were born. The show was produced by Avi Arad from Toy Biz and Marvel, along with two more producers. In the story, King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table had been imprisoned in the Cave of Glass by the evil enchantress Queen Morgana. Sadly, Merlin wasn't able to let them free. Instead, he tried to travel through time and find some substitutes. So he ended up gathering Arthur King, quarterback of a football team, and his teammates, and brought them into the past to Camelot. The show had its own continuity. In fact, you could follow characters and story evolving until it was ended abruptly after 26 episodes only. Which is a lot if you think about it, since the toy line only consisted of 5 action figures because no one seemed to like them. Also, a horse and 2 playsets were made, one of which was the good old Slime Pit from the Masters of the Universe, this time rebranded as the Slime Pit again. What's interesting about these figures is that Mattel was clearly trying to recall the body shape and proportions of the original Masters of the Universe from 1982, and it wasn't for nostalgia. This line came out in 1992. Mattel wasn't trying to get the attention of some teenagers who had been playing with He-Man a few years before. Our main hero will be, of course, Arthur, but remember, this is not King Arthur. This is Arthur King, quarterback. He is a very nice 5" tall action figure with 5 points of articulation. We can rotate his head, even though it's really hard on this one. We can move his arms up and down, both, even though on this one we have a gimmick. And we've got ball joints for the hips. Sadly, the pegs that are holding the legs together are so thin that I am afraid I could break it, forcing it too much. His face is ugly, but luckily we can cover it, and now we have a very cool looking action figure. I love his colors, white, gold and red. This gold is all paint, so it looks much better than gold plastic. And I really appreciate how they've made his cloth cape. This fabric wouldn't look good on a Batman action figure, but it's great on a king. It's very regal. Arthur comes with the Excalibur sword. We can place it in his hand, he will hold it firmly, and now pushing this red button on the back, which comes out of the cape as well, he will be able to slash his enemies. Merlin equipped the new knights with special armors, and he also gave them the ability to summon the creatures that are portrayed on their shields in the show. In the toy line, sadly, the only one that comes with a shield is Arthur. This is a wyvern, a sort of winged dragon. Sir Lancelot is actually halfback Lance Bellows, and he is very fast. He is again a very nice 5" tall action figure. He looks great and there is no recycling at all. All the parts in his body are new molds, new sculpts, and it doesn't share anything with the Arthur figure we have just seen. They've sculpted this chainmail texture all over the body, and it looks like Mattel really wanted these figures to have shiny armors. In fact, this silver is also all painted. It's not silver plastic. I like this armor they've put on the figure, and it looks like it could be removed, but actually it was made in a very hard plastic. It's not soft rubber, so I wouldn't dare removing it. This time we won't be able to move his head because of the way he's put together, but we can still move his arms up and down, and we have ball-jointed hips once again. On the side there is a ball-shaped bag where you can attach his spring-loaded cannon. The cannon, which is also painted, will allow Lancelot to shoot his lance, which sadly is hollowed out on the bottom side. We can place it in position until it clicks and push the button. And Lancelot also comes with a sword of his own, which he will be able to hold in each hand. And then we have Sir Darren, who on the football field was a young but very good tight end. The figure once again looks very good. 5 inches tall, he doesn't share any parts with his teammates, it's all new sculpts and molds, very good. Again, we won't be able to rotate his head, but we can cover the face with his helmet, which moves up and down. We can move his arms up and down, and his legs are on ball joints. Again, these pegs are quite thin, so you might be afraid of breaking them. I didn't know they made orange chainmails, but his armor is painted in a beautiful metallic black. Intelligent but a little bit too hasty, Darren comes with a giant crossbow mounted on his shoulders. We will be able to move it up and down to orientate it. Just bring it up, like so. It's quite hard, but we will be able to get it in position, and now we can orientate it, load it, and shoot. The figure comes with 2 giant arrows, and this time we won't have a button to push. We just have to pull the arrow in position, and it will be held by this tiny spike. So just grab the spring, pull it back, and now lifting this bottom end of the arrow, we will be able to shoot it. And these are all the 3 good guys from this toy line. Sadly, we don't have any of the enemies. They made 2 of them, and no one of them was Queen Morgana, who actually was the main antagonist in the animated TV show. A video game for the Super Nintendo was made in 1995 based upon the same characters, which is odd since in 1995 both the animated TV show and the toy line were forgotten already. Basically, we were interested in this toy line because of the way they tried to revive the shapes and bodies of the original Masters of the Universe. But now I actually like them. They are very fun to play with. I like the colors on Arthur, he looks great. His gimmick also works very well, but by the way, all the gimmicks are working quite fine, and they look beautiful. I think these are very fun toys. The only issue I have with these figures, apart from the fact that they are lacking a distinctive design, is that they feel quite delicate in your hands. The pegs that are holding the hips, as I said before, are quite thin and delicate, and also all these metallic parts are made in a plastic which will break easily. But we are nonetheless very glad to have them in our collection. We hope you like them. If you didn't know about them, well, now you do. Please let us know if you liked this video, clicking on the like button. Let us know what you think of it in the comments below, and subscribe to our channel if you want to see many vintage toys. Ciao!